And breaking just right now, President Donald Trump signs another peace deal, entering Sudan into the Abraham Accords. One thing that I am quite upset about is that in 3 debates, 1 vice presidential debate and 2 presidential debates, there was zero mention of the Israel, UAE, Sudan, Bahrain peace accords. Not one mention. I wish that President Donald Trump would have focused on ending the endless wars, bringing our troops home. Now, it's not to say this wasn't said on television. Robert O'Brien on Fox News did a phenomenal job of this. Let's play cut 8.
He's done more in the past 3.5 years than most presidents have done in 2 terms. I mean, we've brought peace to the Middle East. We've defeated the ISIS caliphate. We brought justice to Baghdadi. We just brought the Beatles home, and we're going to prosecute them for the death of Kayla Mueller and the other Americans, Sotloff, Foley, and Kasich. We brought peace to the Middle East through the Abraham Accords, bringing Bahrain and UAE into diplomatic relations and really an alliance with Israel. We're going to have more news on the Abraham Accords in the not-too-distant future as other countries, the momentum builds to have peace in the Middle East. We ended the JCPOA, which the Obama-Biden administration had supported, and gave $150 billion to the Iranians, which they in turn used on proxy wars across the Middle East. On big power competition, we put tariffs on China and stood up to China for the first time in 40 years. We've rebuilt the military. We've gotten our allies to pay $400 billion more in NATO defense spending over the next 10 years, and to contribute troops to Afghanistan and Iraq. And the president is ending our forever wars. So, you look at that record, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty unbelievable. And then you put the trade agreements on top of it, USMCA, the agreements that I was just in Brazil to witness the signings of this past week.
And that's another thing I wish that would have been mentioned, is that the USMCA and the renegotiation of our trade deals was not mentioned at all. And I was thinking last night, the one thing I wish the president would have leaned in on is his success at renegotiating the trade deals that was a promise that he made to Midwestern voters in 2016. I think that was a missed opportunity. In fact, I think the president needs to lean in on that even more. I think the president needs to almost brag about how he has been able to renegotiate the failure of NAFTA. And guess who voted for NAFTA? Joe Biden voted for NAFTA in the 1990s in the U.S. Senate. Let's go to cut 7, and I wish the president would have mentioned this. Everything that Joe Biden has ever touched when it comes to foreign policy has turned into a disaster. This is Robert Gates, Secretary of Defense for Obama, saying Joe Biden failed in almost every foreign policy arena in the last 40 years. Play cut 7.
I was rereading your memoir before we sat down to talk, and you said in your memoir, I think he's been wrong on nearly every major foreign policy and national security issue over the past 4 decades. Would he be an effective commander-in-chief?
I don't know. I think I stand by that statement.
I stand by that statement. Joe Biden has been wrong about everything when it comes to foreign wars. Libya, Iraq, Afghanistan, North Korea, China, Ukraine, Cuba, Venezuela. There is not one part of the world where Joe Biden took a stance or made his position clear where that part of the world became safer or more likely to achieve peace. Whereas President Donald Trump, albeit some people think his style is unconventional, he is able to negotiate historic peace deals. And he's the first president in my lifetime not to send my generation to another endless war overseas. He is ending the forever wars. He is ending the endless wars.